listen to our radio station have enjoyed some Stevie Ray Vaughan music. But I wanted to talk to a friend of mine today, Paul Kessler, who lived about 4 houses down from me. And, of course, we lived in the same neighborhood around Stevie Ray. And Paul was in Stevie Ray's first band. They formed a band together. It was Brooklyn Underground. But I wanted to talk to Paul today on the 25th anniversary of Stevie's passing. Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, Mike. Good to hear from you again, neighbor.
Man, we were neighbors. We lived, maybe 4 houses separated us.
I think I was on the corner and you were the 5th house down. Yeah.
There you go.
And 1 age apart, which I believe that makes you exactly the same age as Stevie. I was 1 year older.
I remember seeing Stevie Ray around the neighborhood and probably on your front porch more than anything.
Yeah.
As y'all,
you know, that was the day of the garage band, and we played in my 1-car garage wouldn't do it. We played in the living room, I think, a few times, and mostly people that had bigger garages. His was probably smaller than mine, so we didn't play at either one of those too much. But a few times, I mean, he was over the house quite a bit.
The first band that Stevie Ray formed was with you and 3 of our other friends called Brooklyn Underground.
Yeah, I want to say that was the first. I read some history about him maybe playing on the stage with a group called the Shantones, and maybe before us, but I don't know how formal that was. Ours was probably the first formal band he played in, and I heard one time somebody asked me if I'd ever heard of this unknown band called Epileptic Marshmallow. What a crazy name. But that was supposedly before us, and I didn't recall it at the time, but I do now that was something Stevie wanted to name our band. That wasn't a different band, that was us, and we really didn't go for that name. It was kind of crazy, of course.
Yeah.
Even bands, I don't even know where we came up with Brooklyn Underground. I don't think any of us at 13, 14, 15 years old knew where Brooklyn was.
Right. I remember pretty distinctly when Stevie Ray decided that he was going to really stay down in Austin.
Yeah.
Because one of our mutual friends, I'm pretty sure you knew Randy Scott.
No.
I remember Randy bought a black hearse, funeral home hearse, and he started carting Stevie Ray back and forth to Austin and all of his equipment.
Yeah.
And I remember he lost his job because Stevie Ray decided he was just going to live down there.
Yeah, that was real popular to have hearses back then, but you're probably talking about a little after we broke up.
Yeah, definitely. I do remember the first time I ever saw Stevie Ray playing a guitar, outside of at your house when you guys were jamming in your garage and you said jam in the back room there some too, I think.
Yeah. There's my little bedroom back there, probably. We had a window unit back there, so we had the turntables, Yeah. Well, I'll tell you a little history maybe for your fans up there on the radio, how some of that got started. Back home probably in '66 or '67 when we were early before Brooklyn Underground formed, Jimmy Vaughan had the reputation of being the hottest guitar slinger in Dallas, and he just really was good. And what was kind of crazy is later on we were looking for a lead guitar player. The only reason we got Steve in the band was because we were hoping Jimmy would rub off on us a little bit. And it didn't ever work that way. We never got to see Jimmy very much, but Steve did start developing really good there and got out and drew us, I guess you might say.
Yeah.
Well, one place we played was Glen Oaks Methodist Church. That had a sock hop deal that was pretty popular for kids.
I didn't just go to that.
Churches all encouraged that, and I know Brooklyn Underground played at Oak Cliff Country Club a few times.
Right.
And, of course, we played Candy Flair a few times.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Now that was a spot, man, when you were a kid back in Oak Cliff, man. Candy's Flair.
Yeah, I can remember that stage on either end. We kind of started out at the lesser end stage, and finally we got to play a couple times on the other end where some of the bigger bands would play sometimes. So it's just neat for me to be part of that history. A lot of people don't realize what I look back on that. It wasn't that we were really good or Stevie was good or anything like that, but he sure turned out to be good, and we just got to luckily be a part of that history.
Yeah, well, it's a sad day if you're a Stevie Ray Vaughan fan, that's for sure. 25 years ago today. And
of course, we probably want to just let everybody know that the family and all the fans are in our prayers. We lost a good one there.
Absolutely. We've been talking to Paul Kessler. Paul, you and I always joke about it that you and I are each other's longest friends. I think we've known each other since we we were 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, oldest friends. You got to be careful how you use that term, old, but but it has been the longest. I think we met probably in 1960 or something. Or
well, you didn't have to mention the date, brother.
Okay, well, it does go back, and some of this history we're talking about with me playing with Steve or Stevie Ray, you know, goes back almost 50 years.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's kind of neat here. This time of year, I always get a bunch of calls, and I can't believe I've outlived him now here by 25 years.
Well, Paul, I'll let you run. I know you're busy. I sure appreciate you spending a little time with us.
Okay, thank you, brother. Good talking to you again.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Okay. Adios.
All right, there's Paul Kessler, who formed a band with Stevie Ray Vaughan when Stevie and him were 14, 15 years old. Back in the OC, as we call it now, Ronnie, the Oak Cliff. But it was a good place to grow up. It really was.
Do you think that at times Oak Cliff was kind of a separate city from Dallas?
Oh, at times it still is. What are you talking about?
Here's your Westoplex traffic update with Ron Moore.
Wow, that was pretty good.
Construction up in North Fort Worth. It's westbound north of 820 at I-35.
I
Left lane is still
hope well
blocked the
for it, but
last
if you
check.
got
Back
it,
up to
Dave.
Beach Street.